Okay, so today what we're doing is move to example 1. It says, factor the following using a difference of squares or perfect square trinomial patterns. So if we look at A, this is a difference of squares because I can take the square root of x squared, which is x. I can take the square root of 16, which is 4. And again, it's a difference, so there's a minus sign right there. So this is going to factor to x, 4, x, and 4. And remember, when we want no middle terms, this means that our middle signs, the plus and minus, have to be conjugates of each other. So that's what it factors to. Now if you want to double check your answer, remember we can FOIL it back, so we get x squared minus 4x plus 4x minus 16. Middle terms cancel, and again I'm left with x squared minus 16, which is what I began with. So for letter B, I notice that I have no middle terms, so I'm going to see if I can get perfect squares. So square root of 25x squared is 5x. Square root of 9 is 3. So this is going to factor to 5x and 3, 5x and 3. Again, remember these are conjugates of each other, so we're going to have a plus and a minus. And remember, the order doesn't matter. I could also write 5x minus 3 times 5x plus 3, and either one would be the correct answer. Okay? So now moving on to part C. First thing I notice is 2 is not a perfect square, and either is 8. So I can't automatically use the difference of squares. But what I do notice is that I can factor out a GCF of 2, so I get x squared minus 4. Now, I look to see x squared minus 4. I have no middle terms, so can I take the square root? And the answer is yes. Square root of x squared is x. Square root of 4 is 2. So this is going to factor to 2 times the quantity of x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay. Next, we can move on to D. So this is one of the perfect square trinomials. And again, these are more difficult to recognize. So first thing I want to do is I want to put an x and an x. And I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 4 and add to 4. So hopefully we can realize 4 and 1 would not add to 4. So we're going to erase these, and then we're going to try 2 and 2. So multiply your insides, multiply your outsides. Is there any way I can get a positive 4? Yes, so I can put a plus and a plus. So this factors to x plus 2 times x plus 2, and if you prefer, we can write x plus 2 squared to be fancy. Okay. Moving on to part E. X, x. I need two numbers that multiply to 36 and sum to negative 6. So the square root of 36 is 6, so I'm going to try those two. Okay. Any way to get to negative 12x? Yep, put a minus and minus. So I get x minus 6 squared. Okay, I want you to try f, pause the video, try to factor f, and then unpause it when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, so hopefully you got 3x minus 1 times 3x minus 1. Remember, we can check all our answers for A, B, C, or D by multiplying it back out. So I can double check 9x squared, outsides minus 3x, insides minus 3x, last plus 1. So again, I'm just using the FOIL method. And do I get the same thing that I started with? You betcha. So what I want you guys to do now is go to the next video, turn the page, and then we'll start on the next page.